All right, let's jump right into this incredible story. It's all about resilience, about the hidden power in our challenges. It's this amazing tale of a tiny seed that teaches us a huge lesson, how the biggest obstacles in our lives can actually become our greatest strengths. So I want you to picture this. You're in the middle of a vast, burning desert. You've got golden sand stretching out as far as you can see, the sun just beating down. It's the kind of place where you think, there's no way anything can survive here. And it's here, buried deep down under all that sand, that we meet our hero. And it's just a tiny little date seed, but it's trapped, pinned down, its path to the sun totally blocked by this heavy, unmoving stone. Now, inside this tiny seed, there's this powerful spark of life, right? A deep, deep desire to grow, to reach for the sky. But right from the get-go, it's up against what looks like a completely impossible barrier. So what does it do? It gathers every single ounce of its strength. It pushes, and it pushes up against that stone with everything it has, over and over again. But that heavy rock, it won't budge, not even an inch. So after trying and failing, who knows how many times, the poor seed just falls into despair. It's heartbreaking, really. It starts to believe its situation is totally hopeless, that it's just destined to be trapped in the dark forever. But then, right when the seed is about to give up, something changes. A new voice enters that silent desert. It's a gentle wind, and as it passes through the sand, it carries a message that's about to change everything. And here's the thing. The wind doesn't just give it the answer. Instead, it asks this simple but really profound question. It's a riddle designed to totally challenge how the seed is looking at its problem, forcing it to think in a way it never has before. And this was the advice. So simple, so unexpected. Instead of complaining, instead of fighting the obstacle head-on, the wind just says, look downward. A complete 180 in perspective. And you know what? The seed listened. It took that advice to heart. It embraced this totally new direction, and it began this slow, difficult, and completely invisible journey. Not up, not towards the light, but deeper, deeper into the earth. And man, this journey required some serious patience. We're talking days, then months, then even years. All that time, the seed is just pushing its roots down, trying to navigate this hard, dry soil, and all the while fighting off that nagging doubt that maybe, just maybe, this is all for nothing. And the craziest part? From the surface, nothing looked different. At all. Anyone walking by would have seen exactly what was there before, just a rock on the sand. No one had any idea about the incredible, silent journey happening right under their feet. But that long, unseen effort, well, it wasn't for nothing. After years of just pushing and digging, the seed's journey down into the darkness finally leads to a huge discovery, a truly transformative one. Deep, deep underground, its roots finally reached it, a hidden source of water. And that was it. That was the turning point. The second its roots touched that flowing water, something powerful just woke up inside the seed. This was the real power it needed all along. And this moment really shows you how much the seed has transformed. See, its first attempts to move the stone, that was all just fueled by hope, by a wish. But now it's nourished by that water. Its final push wasn't just hope, it was fueled by real, earned strength. So the seed starts growing upward again. And the stone? It still doesn't move. But the seed finds this tiny, narrow space right at the edge, and it pushes through. And when it finally breaks through into the sunlight, it's been fundamentally changed. It's not some fragile little sprout anymore. It's a strong, powerful stem. Okay, so let's get to the final lesson here, because this is where it all comes together as this powerful metaphor for our own lives. The story isn't really about the seed just breaking through the ground. It's about what happened after that. So years go by, the seed has grown into this tall, magnificent date palm tree. And then one day, a terrible sandstorm rips through the desert. All the smaller plants, they're just torn from the ground. But the date palm tree, well, it bent in that fierce wind, but it did not break. It stood tall. And this question gets to the absolute heart of the entire story. Why? Why was this one tree so incredibly resilient? What was the secret to its unshakable foundation? The answer, of course, was the stone. That's right, the very same thing the seed once saw as its greatest curse, the thing that caused it so much despair.
that turned out to be its greatest gift. That obstacle is what forced it to grow deep in the first place.
And this, right here, is the core lesson for all of us. Our difficulties, the stones in our own lives, they're what push us. They block the easy way out, and they force us to dig deeper, to find our own inner patience and wisdom and strength. They're what help us grow those unshakable roots. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. The next time some heavy, unmovable stone appears in your path, try not to just see it as a problem. Instead, ask yourself, what hidden power is this obstacle forcing me to find?